Folks, it is time for everybody's favorite segment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. Yes, the flute's getting over with everybody. A lot of people are like, I used to hate that shit. Now I like it. Okay. So Kevin Kelly, according to Wrestling Observer News, said, I wouldn't treat my worst enemy how AEW treated me. Yeah, basically Rick Abani sold him out for him wanting to try and do new creative ideas. And now there's a bunch of people in the fan base calling him QAnon and stuff like that because he supported that movie. That one movie. What do you guys think about that? Kevin Kelly was treated like crap. He was accused of being a far-right weirdo, and Ian Riccaboni basically shoehorned his way into his position, according to him.
Okay, well what's his story? What happened?
Well, basically, he tried to speak out about, like, we need to do this differently creatively, or we should try doing this or that, and he was just shot down, and Ian Riccaboni went behind his back and was like, nah, fuck this guy's whole game and everything he's trying to do.
Damn, so he kicked and screamed and hoot and hollered and got fired.
Yeah, I guess so, and then he left.
He wasn't part of the cool kids. He wasn't part of the cool kids table, so
all right.
you can kick and scream if they love you.
He called out the Bucks for, like, up New Japan too, and yeah, they just don't like him anymore. So I don't know. No thoughts? Okay, all right. Well, yeah. They're calling him
listen.
QAnon.
I like the fact. I like the fact that I'll be able to use some of his quotes in the book. But other than that, I mean, it's what we've always known. It's disorganized and it's a terrible, terrible company. And people want it. It's just like, it's the funniest thing. Oh, you want AEW to fail? Yes, because it's a mistake.
Awful. You're so good. So Dave Meltzer was very impressed with Liv Morgan's performance on last night's WWE Raw.
Again,
she was really a star on the show. I want to say I've never seen, whatever, Liv Morgan come across more like a star than she did tonight. I think with Rhea Ripley gone and Becky Lynch gone, they really focused on her, and they're giving her this story with Dominic, which is a challenging story, and she's really pulling it off. Yeah, it's over as shit, dude. It's big time.
Got hurt by a woman that looked just like Liv Morgan back in the day. That's the only way I can explain that sort of nonsensical answer. She did okay. She wasn't exceptional, but
she held her own.
Yeah, she's serviceable. As I said I think it might have been on your show, Phil, like, okay, who else is going to fill that role? She's perfect for that role.
Yeah, I agree, man. What say you, Marty?
Yeah, I mean, she was serviceable. She held her own. She did what she was supposed to do. But to say it was his breathtaking performance and all this other shit, it just sounds like he's shilling. Yeah. He's trying to play both sides because he would shit on it. Well, that was his thing.
Well, now he shits on another woman from WWE. Dave Meltzer on Natalya's Enough is Enough. It's time for a change line on WWE Raw, and the idea that it could be a teaser for a move to AEW and participation in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Dave, you dummy. It's TNA. We all know this.
Dummy. Yeah.
It's TNA, bro. So she goes, put it this way. Seriously, like, why would she tease on WWE TV and slap them in the face like that after all these years, Dave? He puts these little seeds out there, and these marks run with this garbage.
The seeds, though, bro. This is about impressions. Like, no matter what he says, he's going to get some major impressions on X. And that's what this is. Like, it's so obvious. It's just like, let me just say something stupid for the next 12 hours. Say some stupid shit and just watch everybody bite on it. Meanwhile, X pays me a certain amount of money each and every month. I mean, it's a brilliant strategy. I'm not going to hate on it.
It is. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good business in terms of what he's trying to do. But God forbid a Hart family reference. Oh my God.
So Dave goes, put it this way. I seriously doubt that they scripted that. Dave, you don't know what they script. Knowing that she was going to jump. That would be pretty cool, though, her going into the Owen Hart tournament. She actually could do that. Again, I don't expect it or anything, but she legally could do it. Dave the lawyer now. Jeepers, man. So Dave talks about other women's wrestling, though, and buries AEW here and goes, Meltzer called the match between Thunder Rosa and Reina Dorada on last night's Collision terrible. It wasn't good. It was terrible. Reina Dorada should have never been. She's not AEW caliber.
Wasn't Thunder
AEW?
Rosa a part of the biggest, their greatest women's wrestling match in the AEW history with Britt Baker
Yeah.
in a cage?
Yep.
Look
Yep.
at how she's being treated. Like that
Bro.
is, and again, she is almost like she's like a 1A as far as Jade Cargill. I look at her and I'm like, why is she not in the
Me
in
too.
the
They should
WWE?
have masks
Seriously.
with those face paint.
Oh,
gold
man.
T-shirts, the
Agreed. She's on
merchandise.
Busted Open more than she's on TV.
Dude, it's crazy, man. And like she came back to save Abaddon on Halloween, and then Abaddon's gone, and then now Thunder
Abaddon's
Rosa's
another
just,
one.
just
People
there.
talk about how I like, have a problem with things on AEW. No, Abaddon, Thunder Rosa, Willow Nightingale, they're starting to become bigger than the company in business people's minds, because just like, look at these marketable people that they've got over here. We can bring them over here, do this, do that.
Dave's job is saying the obvious for a living. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Scully Vibes. Thanks for that. And but yeah, man, Thunder Rosa, it is a goddamn shame. So speaking of this is a Fightful Select. I guess we'll lump Sean in here this week. Sorry, Sean. But Chad Gable's contract is up Friday. Upcoming Friday. He has factored huge into WWE plans and thus far does not have a new contract. All these people, Dave, with Natalya and this stuff here, they're all being worked, man. Like all these people are either re-signed or they're just going to go to Tony, to Levy to get more money. And that's all it is, man. They're not putting these people in big angles, going to let them Lex Luger them. They're not going to do that. Okay. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, Gable's contract, I guess, is up in like 2 days and he hasn't re-signed yet. But according to Wrestling Observer, Mercedes Moné's appearance on AEW Dynamite was reportedly the reason the previous announced Saraya versus Mariah May match was moved from last Dynamite to tonight, which we just saw. According to Meltzer, it was not clarified whether it was the opening TBS Championship celebration segment, the match with Sky Blue, or both that need for a change to be made. I don't know. Why couldn't it have been, oh, there can only be one women's segment? Like NXT showing women get over, dude, and can be draws. Like, I don't know. AEW.
We don't make the rules. You know how he treats women in terms of their booking.
Stupid, man.
There's 49 women on the roster of both AEW and ROH. I did the count yesterday. There's 49 women plus Nyla Rose, and also Aubrey Edwards and homegirl Renee Moxley Good. But yeah, 49 women. That's enough to make an entirely new promotion.
I know, like
It's
an
incredible.
promotion. It's crazy,
right?
Dude. It's insane. But yeah, so we saw that match tonight, and it went extra long. And I tweeted out Saraya's back because I did think she looked really good in there. And I think you guys are right. One day she's going to come home to WWE and it's going to be crazy. Oh, Phil, you're just a show. I guess so, man. I guess so.
Is it going to be crazy?
Yeah, dude, I think so. Because that's
in the short term, yeah.
When she comes and goes, this is my house, and she comes back, it's going to be.
When she's Paige, yes, it'll make, and then they'll be able to play off of all the old history, and then she'll be marketed better. Like it'll do. Like, I don't think a lot of the people like her, Cole, a lot of the people coming back in the short term, it's going to do great. And overall for their careers, it's probably a better way to end it. It'll be better for their bodies
and
booking their bodies and all that.
Who better could teaching in NXT than Paige, like how to be a young, because they're like recruiting young talent like Javon Evans, and like even on the women's side. It's like, who better to help coach and teach that one day as well than Paige, like how to be a young girl navigating the business.
Again, do you need Saraya doing that? What's the upside for having Paige come back?
She did it, man. Other than The Rock made a whole movie about her life.
Because comebacks make a difference in wrestling, even if it's just in the short term. It's good. Like in the short term, it's going to be the money and the attention is going to be good, and then it's just it works better for them long term, just as performers. So it's not going to be groundbreaking. It's not going to be groundbreaking, but you're going to be able to take away from Tony. You're going to be able to prove the fact that even when you're using them not to their past calibers, it's still going to be 20 times better. Like the precedent that'll set and what you'll be able to say without actually having to say it. So it'll be like a second gut punch, and the money in the short term will be good. But is it going to be anything great? Oh yeah, I had to throw that in there. But it's like it's not going to be like it's not going to move the needle. There's only but so many people that could do that. But who doesn't love a good return? There's plenty of people that everybody pops when they first come back, and then they kind of fade into obscurity, or they're
like
just not
Carlito.
used all okay. Yeah.
Carlito, yeah. Well, speaking of popping the ratings and the comeback, Cody Rhodes, our last bit here, and this is a Dave Meltzer smart moment of the week. Wah 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 wah. Cody Rhodes outside of the ring is everything. Like he is one of the best baby faces they've WWE, of course, Gotham City ever had, and he's drawing like it too. Look, his numbers are bigger than Cena's. I mean, that would make him like whatever. Tony Khan, the biggest, most success. Brian, the biggest, most successful babyface since the Austin Rock era. Shout out Cody Rhodes for that. And at least Dave can be truthful and objective enough to admit that. I'm sure it triggered some people who will say
Dead clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I, even though when Dave is right, we still cover it because it's not about him being right or wrong. It's just about the way he talks and spells and says things and the mannerisms. And that, folks, was Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week.